Sup, fellas? Sup, fellas? All right, I'm talking just to the fellas here. I'm talking to the fellas here. So, ladies, if you want to put your fingers in your ears, you can do that for just a minute, all right? Because I'm just talking to the fellas.
This struggle got purpose and we grow. So whatever road we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the punches.
Y'all, the roastery, I've never been to that place. It's weird because I've been to a lot of coffee shops, most if not all the coffee shops in Kansas City, but I've not been to that one. And I love that space. I love just the chill vibes, of that coffee shop. You know, Messenger coffee is my favorite. And then, I mean, I was just sitting there and I was like, is this my second now? I've only been there once. Is this my second favorite? I was thinking this might be my second favorite. It just may be my second favorite now. And so, cool place. Definitely gonna go back. I will be there back a lot. The roastery in Brookside, great place. Chill vibes, y'all. I need to get those chill vibes. You know me, I love to just spend the morning going to coffee shop and just posting up and doing all the stuff it takes to run Midwest Anxiety, you know, the paperwork and returning phone calls and doing all that stuff. I just like to get chill vibes. My days right now are really long with clients, and I just need some time in the morning, just need some me time, just need to kind of ease into the morning. I don't know about you guys, but I love just easing in, just kind of easing into the morning, just easing in, because once it gets started, it's on. You know, most of all the stuff that you see here is just, you know, me, you know, little bits during the day, in between clients and doing that stuff. You know, yesterday was 7 clients, today is another 7 clients. So all that stuff you don't see. So I got to find that time just to connect with me each day, and the coffee shops go to in the morning are that time for me to find me. Plus, you know me, I just like to get my feet in the dirt. I like to get my feet in the dirt, y'all. I like to get my feet in the dirt in the community and just make sure that I'm feeling those community vibes, Fellas, listen. Having emotions is good, right? It's okay, all right? You don't have to push those emotions down. I've been talking a lot with just, you know, teens and young dudes and dads. You know, kind of our culture is we're supposed to be macho, and we're supposed to be hardworking, and we're supposed to be, you know, just successful, and we're supposed to, you know, do all these kind of guy things, right? And so our culture really doesn't promote and believe it's okay to have some of that feminine energy, right? Where you're kind and you're caring and you cry. But fellas, listen, we gotta have some of that. You hear me talking a lot about just being balanced between the masculine and the feminine energy. But fellas, listen, it's important because if you push that stuff down, you don't recognize your feelings and your frustration and your anger and your sadness, right? If you don't recognize those things and you don't deal with those things, and you just kind of continue to work or continue to go to school or continue to get those good grades or continue on the sports field to dominate, right? If you continue, if that's your focus, if that's all you're doing is you got a goal and you're going towards it, and you don't think about all these things inside of you, right? You don't think about what's trapped in here in your heart, and you don't work through that, then it's kind of like a stinky toilet that's never been flushed before. You know, it's got pee and it's got poop in it. Yes, we are going to talk about pee and poop today. We are going to talk about it. It's like a stinky toilet. It's like a stinky toilet. If you never flush those emotions out, if you don't talk about things that bother you, if you're not vulnerable, if you don't cry, right? Your toilet, you pee and poop and you don't flush it out, that toilet gets stinky. The same thing with your emotions. If you don't deal with those emotions that are inside of you, then you're going to get stinky inside, and it's going to come out somehow. It's going to come out somehow in anger and frustration and just in negative ways, right? Negative ways it's going to come out. So fellas, listen. I want you to know it's okay to be vulnerable. As a dude, to understand, you can feel that discomfort that comes up when you're vulnerable, and that discomfort of allowing those emotions to come up, and you see those emotions, and to feel them and to acknowledge them and to work through them, guys. To work through them. That's what we want, is we just want to work through them. We want to acknowledge and work through them, because I think that that's what makes us more of a well-rounded person. That makes us, you know, we can have that masculine energy when we need to get out on that field, and we can, you know, we can dominate on that field, and we can bring that energy, and we can do all that. We got that. But also when we're off the field, when we're just doing our personal time, and we need to really kind of think and talk through some things that are bothering us, we can do that too. I want that well-rounded dude. I want that well-rounded dude. I want that for you. I want that for you. You can be that well-rounded dude. All right, y'all. It's time for another unboxing. Time for another unboxing. Oh. 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 Okay. 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 Oh. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting here. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, it's time for what's been coming up in client sessions. All right, parents, here we go. Here we go. This is for you, parents. This is for you. This is for you. This is for you. All right, so, well, I'm talking with parents, right? And I guess I should take a step back for a second. You know, when I'm working with the family, I'm always thinking about, you know, what's the age of the child? What's the age of the child? Partly I'm looking at it from just a developmental standpoint, but I want to know, how many years do I have left? How many years do I have left before they turn 18 years old? So let's say a child's 5 years old. I got 13 years. I got 13 years left. We got 13 years to help them develop into the adult that they're going to be, right? When they turn 18. Let's say they're 12. Okay, you do the math. We got 6 years. We got 6 years to help them, left to help them develop, right? I'm a really big believer in that magical age of 18. And I know some of you out there are gonna go, Randy, like, it's just a number. Yes, 18 is just a number. But in our culture, right, as our kids, you know, graduate from high school, it's one of those milestones. It's one of those milestones when they go from being a child to an adult, that we switch over in our culture and say, okay, now this adult life, like, you're supposed to take more responsibility, you're supposed to be more independent. You know, there are these things that we talk about, and and so I look at it where, you know, what's the age of the child, and then how much time that we have. I think as a parent, you know, I really want you to start thinking about that too as a parent, and like what the purpose of you parenting them is not just the day-to-day, like, okay, this is our operational system, this is how we do life here at our house, and we just got these rules, we got these things, you know. It's, hey, we're doing this to help you as you become, you know, older and then become an adult. You have like a foundation established. You have a foundation established. I want you to think about this as teaching your child, not making. I want you to focus on teaching your child these skills, these things, so they will learn potentially, right? They will learn if they choose to learn, right? They will learn that these skills that you're teaching them. So as a child's developing and aging, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the child to do more and the parent to do less, right? The child to take more responsibility and the parent to do less. Why? Because our hope is around 18 years old, the child now, you know, decides, okay, what's this next step in my life? Am I going to work? Am I going to work and go to, or am I going to go to school? Or am I going to do a combination of both of these? But in my adult life, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And for that to happen, you know, there's a natural transition where the parent has to pass the baton to the child, from the child to the adult, and say, okay, here you go, here it is, here's the baton, it's the baton of your life, here you go, I am now transferring it to you. All right, I'm transferring it to you. And that's a really important thing to think about as a parent, that I'm transferring it to them, okay? So it's healthy in family dynamics and relationship for the child to separate and do more and the parent do less, okay? That's healthy. But the struggle sometimes is that doesn't happen. That the child is still doing less and the parent's still doing more, and I get concerned because the child is not learning the skills at the developmental stage to when the child becomes an adult, that the child is going to have the skills and the capability of caring for self as they move out of the parent's home, all right, on to college or on to working and living independent of the parent. So the whole point of me working with the child at 12 years old, let's say, is to continue to help the child develop these skills. As a parent, you know, your child, to parent your child, your role is to help them develop those skills. If that's not happening, where the child is not taking enough of that responsibility, or the parent isn't giving enough of that responsibility, that's where we see the train go off the track a little bit. All right, so I come into the family and I say, okay, here's what we need to do. Okay, parents, this is what we need to do here. Child, this is what you need to do here. And I become kind of like the mediator, the referee, the ump, the whatever. I pick the trains that went off the track and I put them back on the track. And I say, okay, go train, go. Go train, go. Right? And I help the parents with the parenting role. And I help the child with his or her role. And we figure out kind of like, okay, what's that next stage in life? All right, so think about that. How many years do we have left until the child is 18? How many years do we have left? Both from how many years do we have left? Think about that from both your standpoint as a child, and think about that from a parenting standpoint. How many years do we have left? That's the window I have. That's the window of time I have. So let's say that we got 6 years. Well, if we got 6 years, we got a little bit more time, so we don't have to be as pressured. If we've got 4 years, if we got 2 years, if we got 1 year, we got less and less time. That means we need to go faster. When you go faster, we need to be more intentional. We need to do things kind of with more intentionality, all right? It's the dance between the child and the parent. The dance between the child and the parent.
All I need to know